What is up, everybody? Rada here, and today, or tonight, I guess. Yeah, it's tonight. It's definitely dark outside. I got a good one for you. So you probably read the title of the video. You can probably see this really cheap sticker on the case. So you probably know what we're going to be talking about. We are going to be talking about the Century Arms AP5. And if you look over here, see it says made in Turkey. We'll talk more about that later. On the other side, it just has more stickers. Pretty much the same thing. It's a decent case, I guess, for what it is. I mean, I don't know. You're buying the gun, I guess, not the case, right? Honestly, I'll probably make my own custom case for it. But anyway, so we'll talk more about it after we open it up. Now, a little full disclosure here. I did open it at the FFL only to inspect, to make sure I got what I ordered and that it wasn't damaged. There didn't appear to be any damage, so we're good to go. So let's see here, if I can remember how to do all these stupid latches. Okay, there we go. And there we go. Alright, if you leave a loaded firearm within the reach or easy access of a child, you may be fined or imprisoned, or both, if the child improperly discharges or possesses or exhibits the firearm. Good advice, I guess. We got some membership info for the NRA from Century Arms. I'm a lifelong member, so this is the ammo that they promote, Red Army ammo, mostly steel case. I don't know. Tells you there, please allow to 500 rounds for the break-in period. It was tested with Red Army ammo, 124 grain. Natural wear on lugs, blah, 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 more information, etc. And I suppose this will be the user's manual. AP series of pistols, auto pistols, owner's manual. Notice how it doesn't say Century Arms on there. I think that's kind of cool. Oh no, it does. It does say Century Arms down there in the fine print. And there it says MKE, and again, we'll get into that in just a second. Okay. The package that I got comes with one mag, and of course, the pistol. Now, this is the full-size pistol. As you can see, we still have the chamber flag in there. Let's go ahead and remove that. Nothing in the chamber. Here, I'll tell you what, let's get this box out of the way. That's probably the next thing we should do. Okay. Thud. It's a good sound. A loud thud on the kitchen table on new gun day is a good sound. So what do we have here? We have, looks like just a serial tag or whatever. Let me know it's new. And like I say, we have the pistol itself. Okay. There she be. So, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. So obviously it's not a machine gun. This is a semi-auto clone of the H&K MP5. Going back to the beginning of the video where I talked about Century Arms and I talked about MKE for just a second, this pistol, although it says Century Arms AP5, it's actually manufactured by a company called MKE, and they are located in Turkey. And they have a, from what I understand, a very long history with H&K, and they make these pistols with H&K's blessing, with H&K's design, and they make it on legit H&K tooling and presses and machines and all that good stuff. And from what I understand, H&K every so often sends out some technicians to make sure that all the bits are still in spec, so that they're still making accurate clones. And from what I've read online, when it comes to clones, the only thing that this thing is really missing is an H&K roll mark. And I'm not trying to say that this is, you know, just as good as, because I know the H&K fans out there will probably laugh at that. But for the price point and for what it is, it was really hard for me to say no. So, as I say, MKE has been making these for quite some time now. But they used to be imported by a company called Zenith Firearms. And Zenith imported these from Turkey, but they have since let that license lapse, and Century Arms now has that license to import these. Again, these are not manufactured by Century Arms, these are imported by Century Arms. And so now Century Arms, like I say, they have that license, but Zenith still makes an MP5 clone, but it is kind of their own doing. They don't have the blessing of H&K. They don't have the tools or the designs from H&K. Of course, you could probably say that they imported them long enough. They probably got all the designs they needed from reverse engineering or something like that. I ain't trying to say anybody stole anything. I'm just saying that I've heard that the Zenith manufactured clones are also of very high quality. So if you're looking to get a clone, it may be worth it to understand the difference between a Zenith import and a Zenith manufacturer. For some people, that might be a distinction that is, you know, worth mentioning. You know, I wanted one that was as close to clone H&K accurate as possible, and everything that I've read about these things tells me that this is the one to go. Feels really good in the hand. It feels really solid. I am a lefty, so we're gonna have to make some changes to this. I already know my order of operations will be different, and I'll probably have to come over the top a lot. So I have a CZ Scorpion, and I can tell you right now that holding this with one hand is a lot easier. It feels more balanced than my Scorpion does, probably because it doesn't have that big ol' direct blowback bolt like the Scorpion does. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about the features, shall we? Right at the muzzle, it's interesting because it comes with a 1/2 by 28 threaded barrel. So if you have a suppressor in your, or another muzzle device you want to mount it, you can do that. It also has the famous H&K tri-lugs. So if you're into suppressors or other things, that's your quick detach system. Of course, this firearm that I bought came in the package, the basic package or the core package, where I got just the firearm, a mag. I don't even think it gave me a child lock. How funny is that? So I basically just got these two things, which is all I wanted. They had, excuse me, they had what was called an essentials pack, but it was several $100s more, and it had a bunch of things in there that, although they were kind of cool, I didn't think I would ever practically use them, and it just didn't seem to warrant the added cost. So if you do go with the, I think they call it the essentials pack, I could be mistaken, you get the pistol, you get a tri-lug flash suppressor, which I confess is pretty cool, but once my suppressor gets out of jail, my very first suppressor, it'll probably be on this almost all the time. So a tri-lug flash suppressor would be cool to play with, but then I think it would just be one of those things that goes into a drawer and takes up space. And who knows if I'd ever use it again. So I didn't really feel I needed that. And it also comes with a sling, which honestly I don't think anybody will use. It's a nice thought, I guess, to throw in there, but I don't think anybody's going to use it. Oh, I love it. It also comes with a cleaning kit, which actually I thought would be pretty useful just because it's sort of like a military issue style, and you could easily fit it in your pack and be good to go. You know, at the end of the day, I have all the cleaning stuff I need, and it would just be more stuff that sat on my bench. And so I didn't really see the value in that. And then the only thing that it had that I really wanted was 2 extra mags, but at the several $100 cost, it just wasn't worth it. I can find these mags cheaper online, which I have, and I have a few on the way. So that's why I went with the basic package, because I'm going to change everything that I want to change. I don't need any of the stuff that it gave me. I have my own, I have a Vickers Blue Force that I like a lot. If anything, I'll get a dedicated sling for this one. Who knows? Time will tell. I don't really run slings a lot, so who knows? Anyway, getting back, we have the famous HK haloed front post. And again, since this is off an H&K design, it's from their design from the 70s, and that's why we have this particular front grip. I do have a tropical front grip, or the wide front grip, to replace it with. I really wanted that iconic 80s look in the H&K, so let's just go ahead and see if we can pull this roll pin out. All right. Oh, look at that. That was easy. Come on now. Let's see if we can get this guy on here. How do we do that? Do we do it this way? No, I don't think we do it that way. I wonder if it has to... By the way, I know virtually nothing about MP5s. Although I will say, while I'm trying to fit this thing on here, I will say that I got to shoot my very first full auto, which happened to be an MP5, a legit MP5. It was an MP5K, actually. There we go. And I'll be honest with you, I fell in love at that point. Hold on, I'm going to pause real quick. Okay, there we go. I got her on there now. And we'll go ahead and put this pin back in. Maybe. Did I not? Oh no, she's lined up. Oh, that's just a very stiff spring. There we go. All right, now I think that looks better. That's the look that I like. That's the 80s style front grip. It's on order. It hasn't showed up yet. I got it from H&K Parts. I got a Navy style lower, but it's for the 40 cal 10 millimeters MP5. So it'll have a little groove right here, but I got it because it's not clipped and pinned. Well, before I go down that rabbit hole, it's one that will fit on here that has pictograms that doesn't cost $300. So I bought that. And let's see, what else do I got here? I got a couple other things. I got this guy here. Yeah. So when I get my new trigger housing, which should hopefully be here next week, that guy's going to go in it. So that'll be fun. I have a binary on my Scorpion. These things are a lot of fun. Anybody who's watched any of my videos about my Scorpion knows that I freaking love these things. So we got that. And then I got this. Again, I'm waiting on the tail hook. It should be here hopefully in a couple of days, but I got this collapsible pistol brace, tail hook pistol brace from Safety Harbor Firearms. This thing is awesome, and I'll tell you right now, just holding it, it feels like a part that's really, really well made. This feels really high quality. These guys were not joking around. They say there could be some fitment. It'll be fun getting that on there. We'll probably try doing that here in a little bit. But as you can see, I don't have the tail hook yet, but that should be here in a couple of days. But the tail hook, for those who don't know, it basically hangs down like that. So it'll look kind of like that, but not really, but kind of. Yeah. So, all right, let's get this stuff out of the way here. See, look, I've had this gun less than 2 hours, and I already have a part that I'm not going to use anymore. Isn't that the funny thing about once you get into this hobby for any amount of time, is you end up having a drawer full of parts that you're never going to use anymore, and oh man, I love how that looks. That just looks so much better. Okay, ooh, that is stiff. That is nasty. Okay, so I'm lefty, so I'm going to be putting an ambi safety selector in there, obviously, with the binary, but oh boy, let me tell you, that is no joke. That is a very, very, I'm sure it'll wear a little bit with some time, but I'm never going to get that far with it because it's going to be coming off. Yeah. And you can see they include a third position here because this is, again, the 70s design. So it has that 70s SEF style frame. We have the rear diopter, I'm not sure, but it has 4 different apertures. It's a very nice sight. And you know, and I got to be honest, that's the one thing I still haven't made up my mind about, is whether or not I'm going to mount any kind of pick on the top for like an optic, because the optics on this are actually pretty good, you know, for out-of-the-box optics. Although, there we go. Yeah, even that's a little tight, but yeah, that's not a bad optic. And with the roller delay, you really don't have a whole lot of recoil, so it's easier to stay on target. So honestly, I think those are fine. Well, let's check out the trigger. Ooh, there is a lot of take up before you hit that ball. Quite a bit. All right, we're at the wall. Oh, should probably charge it. That was pathetic. All right, let's try this again. Well, that's why there was so much take up, or so much, yeah. All right, so now we don't have quite so much. Little creep, and then it breaks pretty good. Let's check out the reset. It's not very smooth, but it's not terrible. See there, it kind of jumps, it's real. It almost like resets further out than it needs to. Try that one more time. Yeah, it resets out to here, but then you have that much. So it's not terrible, but it doesn't matter because it's not staying in. What else can we say about this? Well, okay, so we got a mag release here, although honestly, I mean, I'm a lefty, and even I don't see myself using that. I think the paddle is the way to go. It's the way I mag release on my Scorpion is I have a paddle. Boy, that's, you know, one thing that I can say is, you know, this is a super old design on a gun, right? So, I mean, these things have been around for 60 years, and just about every law enforcement agency and military has employed them at one point or another. And they are awesome, and I'm not kidding when I say that I'm a very happy man right now. But just from manipulating the mag and some of the other features on here, you can really see how dated it is compared to some of the other PCCs that are on the market. And this magwell is a great example. Just, you got to be on the money when you're dropping a mag in there. So that'll take some practice. There's virtually no flare to that magwell at all. So that'll be fun, sure. Looks like we have some quick detach mounts there. We have a sling mount, another sling mount. I'm left-handed, so I'm not sure how the hell that's gonna work. Or wait, is that reversible? No, I don't think so. Let's see. Is that about it? I think that's about it. I realize again that, you know, because I'm left-handed, there'll be a different order of operations for a lefty. But I did practice a little bit with my Scorpion, and it didn't seem too bad. So I think it's something that'll be fun. Yeah, so I think that's all I got. I am super happy. I can't wait to shoot it. It's going to be a long time, though, because, well, it is just a few days before Christmas, 2022. And we are about 4 hours away from a very, very nasty winter storm that's going to blow through here. We're supposed to get anywhere from 5 to 8 inches of snow and a whole bunch of cold temps, and well, fortunately, it will be cleared up in time to go home for Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, Merry Christmas, because Santa came early this year. Yeah, so I would say look forward to more videos in the near future with the other parts added in. Like when I get my tail hook, it'll go on. And when I put my binary in the new trigger housing, I'll probably make a video for that too. But anyway, it's going to be super exciting. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to go to the range with this. I may just have to bite the bullet, as they say, and pay to go to an indoor range. I hate doing it, but I just don't know how long I can wait to shoot this, because it's going to be sweet. Anyway, that's all I got for this time. But like I say, keep your eyes peeled. You're likely to see another video from me here in the very near future. So if you enjoy this video, or you just like listening to me ramble on about things, feel free to tune in next time. Take care now. Merry Christmas.